going on, people? I know it's been like 2 weeks since I've done any kind of video, almost a month since I've reviewed any albums of any kind. I don't know, I've been kind of lazy, / kind of waiting for something new to come out that I was actually interested in that dropped this year in 2014, and this Evidence and Alchemist project came out, so jumped on it and figured this will be my first music review of 2014. So, without further ado, the album is Step Brothers, which is a group consisting of Evidence and Alchemist, like I said earlier, and the album is entitled Lord Steppington. Shouldn't really need to do much of an intro. Evidence you probably know of from the group Dilated Peoples, also from the solo efforts. Alchemist has been producing for a minute, man. This dude's been in the game for a long time, so I mean, if you don't know who they are, I'm not gonna give you a whole history lesson. You can go look, research, Google, YouTube, whatever for yourself. Just gonna jump straight into the album. I'd say overall this was a solid effort. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It was just pretty, I guess, consistent throughout. It's one of those kind of like moody albums, I would say. Like, I wouldn't listen to this like every day. This wouldn't be something that I would say I'd constantly go back and listen to. But when I'm in the mood for like something to just kind of like vibe out to, that kind of like head nodding music, this would be something that this would be one of the albums that I'd go back and play. Alchemist as always, did a good job on the production. Had a nice mix of, some good head nodding beats, a few dirtier cuts on here that he provided. Content wise, pretty simple, just them kind of flowing over the beats. Just beats and rhymes is pretty much the story of this album, with there were a few concept tracks on here. See the Rich Man Play with Rock Marciano, Tomorrow, and Draw Something were 3 tracks that were somewhat conceptual. If you listen to them, you'll pick up on it. But yeah, like I said, really the story of the album is just beats and rhymes. I would think, if you're a quote unquote hip hop head, this would probably be something that you'd enjoy listening to. Like I said, you can just put this on and it's 14 tracks. Like I said, it's pretty consistent throughout. There weren't really any tracks on here that I didn't like. I like some more than others, but like none of these tracks were really bad. It was really just consistent flowing throughout of just head nod music to just kind of just sit back and vibe to. Alchemist produced as well as rapped on this project. He's a capable rapper. He's not great, but he's not terrible. But as always, when I listen to anything with Alchemist, I'm listening for beats mostly. Not to say, like I said, he's not a terrible rapper, but if the beat is nice, then I can give him a pass on his MCing skills. But they're not bad on this album by any stretch. But I would say, obviously, that Evidence is probably the better MC of the two. They definitely both have a good chemistry. Alchemist, the type of beats he provided, fit Evidence really well, and Evidence's flow works really well over most of these tracks. Features on here. There weren't too many features, but pretty much everybody who was a feature pretty much did their thing. Excuse me, I'm actually scrolling to find the features. You got Domo Genesis, Hooligans, Styles P, Action Bronson, Rock Marciano, Fashawn, Rakai, hopefully I'm saying his name right, Blue, and Oh No. So 14 tracks, not too many features, and the features are kind of spread out a little bit, so it's not like a whole bunch of people on one song. But it's mostly just, Alchemist and Evidence, just, flowing over the beats. And I don't have any complaints on any of the features. Everybody came in. They all provided pretty good guest verses, especially for Sean. I like the track for Sean was on Bangin' Sound. That was actually one of my favorite cuts from here. And actually, I'll get into that. Standout Tracks, More Winds, which was the opening track that I liked on here. That was a good head nodding track to set the mood for the album. Legendary Mesh was a good one. I like that beat was like really dirty. I definitely mess with that track. No Hesitation with Styles P was a good one. Swim Team Rosters was a standout track. I love the beat on this track switched up like 3 different times, and that's I love hearing songs like that when you know beat switches up. And they were the beat switch ups. They were 3 completely different sounding beats. Like I said, Bangin' Sound, which is probably one of my favorites on here with Fashawn, was a standout. Step Masters was another good track. Also another one of the more dirtier, grimier beats on here. Draw Something was a dope track. Like I said, that was one of the few kind of conceptual tracks on here. Buzzing Away was another good one. I love the beat on that one too. That beat was a little different than, at least in my opinion, than the rest of the tracks on here. It definitely stood out, but in a good way. And the closing track, Just Step, they started good, they definitely ended good. That was a good way to close out the album. But yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to say on this. It's just beats and rhymes. It's not really much else to ask for. And like I said, it's consistent all the way out. The only knock is, like I said, this isn't something that I think I would listen to, you know, constantly every day. Like, oh, I got to go back and jam that. This is something just like if I'm just in the mood to hear that kind of music, or that kind of hip hop, I should say, then I throw this on and just kind of vibe out to it. Definitely though, solid effort, not taken away from it. Assuming that they'll probably do another project together. They definitely, you know, got room for improvement. Not to say that this is bad, but I think they can find ways, I guess, to elevate and build on top of what they're already doing. But for a first collaborative effort, this is definitely a solid release. If you're fans of either, you'll definitely want to pick this up. I'll put the link below to the stream on the SoundCloud page. You can pre-order this on iTunes. Actually, I'm not even sure if this is out already, but anyway, I'll put the link up for the iTunes link and the Amazon link, which you can get the physical copy from. But yeah, it's my first music review of 2014. This was an enjoyable listen, pretty much for the most part. Not too much bad to say. Like I said, wasn't great, but wasn't terrible. It was consistently good throughout. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, if you're fans of either, go listen to it. You'll probably enjoy it. And that's about it. Until next time, I will catch y'all later.